Good afternoon. Happy New Year. Some of you guys tuned in yesterday, so you got to hear my Happy New Year yesterday. Just to give you guys a little bit of some housekeeping things before we get started today. Please remember that we are recording, so at the end of this week, we hope to have this recording up on the website for you to review at a later point in time. It is available to anybody who would find it beneficial, so you can have people from your office view it just as well. If you have an email, new work email that you've got, if you could please email Lori and I at counties, COUNTIES @sboa.in.gov. That way we can start sending all your newly elected training information to your new elected official email. Okay, well, today's session is all from the Treasurer of State. So they have Treasurer of State herself, Kelly Mitchell. So I'm going to put a video on here in just a second as a welcome. We've got some additional videos and some live presentations. And then at the end, we're going to open it up where all are going to be here for a Q&A or a meet and greet. So I'll give you controls of your cameras and your microphones at that time so that you can come on and say hi or ask a question. Okay, so as we get started, let's have a welcome from Kelly Mitchell. Let's see. Sorry, I got to take the screen down. All right. Lori, can you see that? Can you shake or?
Yes, I can see the box.
Okay. So here is a welcome from our Treasurer of State, Kelly Mitchell. Okay. We want to thank Treasurer Rachel for giving us welcome. We're going to show a couple of presentations. The first one we're going to show is by Mike Frick from the Treasurer of State's office, and he is going to talk about permissible investments.
It's there.
Okay. I want to apologize for that video. I think that there was a little bit of choppiness that was in there. That is not, I believe, on the video side. I think that is the connection side from me showing it through this WebEx experience. What we will do is we'll make that provided in the format given to me along with this recording so that hopefully you can get it and have a better understanding of it. So again, I do apologize for that. We'll do that with any of these videos that we show. We do only have one more, and this one is from Kim Logan, and she is going to talk about treasury management. Again, garbled. I apologize for that. I do believe it's just from using the internet from our homes, since we are now in working from home due to this pandemic. But again, I will make sure to provide all of those videos so that you can watch them again in their full form. So we are done with the video portion, and so I am going to hand this over to Cindy Berger, and she's going to talk about Trust Indiana. And so, Cindy, if you'd like to take on over, I will share or let you share your screen or whatever you need to do.
All right. Here we go. First, as Treasurer Mitchell said, congratulations to everybody both those who have been reelected into the position, whether you have been in the office before or you're going to be new to this. It's like starting any new job. There's going to be trepidation. There's going to be times of being overwhelmed. But we want to let you know that we are here to help you answer any questions. When you get overwhelmed, the best thing to do, stop, take a deep breath, and it is all going to be okay. But we're all here to help you out. So I am the director of Trust Indiana. I've been with the state for, probably 14 years now. Within the treasurer's office for the most part. And so I have a little bit of background, not as much as what our first speaker, Mike Frick, has had. But he is my direct boss, and he helps me out here with Trust Indiana. And I know investing, you probably did not go into this position thinking that you're going to have to invest money, but that's a good way to bring a little extra money in. And so we're here to also help you go through that. So Trust Indiana is the state-sponsored local government investment pool. Mike did talk a little bit about this as being one of the options that is within state code. I call it the state-sponsored because, as you can see under structure, it was passed by the General Assembly back in 2007, started up in 2008, and this fund is for you all. This is for governmental entities only within the state of Indiana. We pool your money together. Your money's still your money. The state can't touch your money, but we pool it together, and therefore, with the economies of scale, now we're able to take a larger chunk of money, go out and invest it for you with you not having to worry at all about the safety, the liquidity, or, you are always concerned about yield, but we never chase yield, and that's something you should never do either because, as my grandfather always used to tell me, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So we're careful on that aspect of it, but it was created just for you. Here you can see the breakdown of how we invest the money. By Indiana code, we are required to have 50% of this pool of money all in Indiana banks. So to be an Indiana bank, considered an Indiana bank, you just have to have a building or bricks and mortar here in the state. So 50%, usually it's over. As you can see here, it's 58.34% of the entire fund is within Indiana banks. All of those banks are also on the approved depository list. And I don't want to overwhelm you all. This is something, definitely you're going to have to be aware of. And we can help you with that later, get you a list of the approved depositories. But this is a double protection on your public funds. You can see some of the others over here that we also invest in. As Mike had said earlier, we can invest in the same things that you can invest in, except we are allowed to invest in commercial paper, which you are not, just because investing is overwhelming anyway. And so we want to make sure that you're making very, very good decisions, good and positive decisions on how that money is invested. And here you can see a team from the State Treasurer's Office. All of these are involved somehow within Trust Indiana, and I could not do it without this team. They are wonderful. Again, Mike, contact him if you have any questions because he is the expert, having worked well over 30 years in investing public funds. So, feel free to contact any of us regarding this. And I'm going to have to go through this relatively quickly because I don't want to go over. You can see the composition once again. And again, safety is our number one policy on this, and we're always, for every dollar that we've invested, we've been able to return $1 plus interest to you. So we're very confident in the safety of it. As of, I'm trying to think of when we hit 1.8 billion. This year, believe it or not, 2020, it's been a crazy year. Well, actually, thankfully, last year, but we almost hit $2 billion. That speaks volumes about the safety of ours. I mean, it could have been other money, such as entities have gotten CARES money and such, but this just shows how trustworthy the group that handles this is. So, initially, Mike had also, again, I keep referring to Mike because he's very vocal in this, but he did say, I think he recorded that back in September, and it was relatively good rate compared to everything else. But as you can see, in November 2019, it was a beautiful rate of 1.68%. And I believe this month we have gone down to 0.07%. Our rates go along with S&P, goes along with what the Feds do, and the Feds did drop rates. I'm going to try and have enough time at the end to give you a little bit of an economic update, and I'm going to cut that short because I keep talking. But this is the way rates are looking right now, and it's not going to look pretty for the next, probably next year or so. That's not to get discouraged on this because we are resilient and things will bounce back. But this is the reality of the matter right now is that we're dealing with very low rates. Great if you want to issue debt, though, because rates are low. You can see over the years how the fund has grown. And here we are, liquidity is very important. We don't want to hold up your funds. If you put your money in today, you're able to get it out tomorrow. And what you do is attach your transaction account at your bank to your Trust Indiana account, and you move it back and forth. This is not a checking account. You can't write checks on this. You can't do debits on this. You can move it back and forth from your bank account to your Trust Indiana account through either an ACH or you can also send a wire, and that is free on our part. We try and make this as easy for you as possible. It's a free account, free wires, free ACHs. Some of the benefits, because you are counties and you get property tax dollars, you do have to transfer some of the money to other local entities. You can do a participant-to-participant transfer as long as the participant, or as long as the entity you're sending it to also has an account. Unlimited sub-accounts if you want to keep your sub-accounts separate or your various funds separate. And then if you're going to be gone and need to do a transaction, you can set that up ahead of time. Again, no fees, unlimited transactions. We try and keep it free and easy for you. And we have a team. You can always contact me. I'm always here for you. I will come visit. I'll do a web call with you, a Zoom call, phone, mail, smoke signal, carrier pigeon, to keep in touch with you. You can also have access to call client services who can also answer questions as well. Now, they're the only ones that can move your money. Do not touch your money. Be glad I can't touch your money. I'm very trustworthy, but I don't want that burden on me. I'm going to leave it to the experts to do that. Most of you are already going to have an account. If, by chance, you have not been given the information as to how to log into your account, please contact me and we'll get you situated. Many of you will have one because the former treasurer had one. You also may have one because your county is associated with the debt set-off program that is run through Indiana Association of Indiana Counties. There's so many associations out there. So one way or the other, you most likely already have an account, and I'm happy to go over things with you as soon as we get you set up on the account as a decision maker. If you're not, I'm happy to help you join. There's a great thing on the website that you can go in, and this may be something you want to look at later down the road where you compare it with your bank statements. You can put in, if I had invested this amount from this time to this time, here's the interest that I would have made. And this is great to look back on your statements, your bank statements. Can't future date it because I don't have a crystal ball. I think I'm glad I don't have a crystal ball. But this is great just to kind of compare. If I had done this, what would have been the outcome? 2019, we were able to return $31 million to local entities just in interest alone. So that was good. I don't think last year was quite as good. Rates weren't so great. There's me. There's my information. And feel free to contact me anytime. Also, I know we're going to do question and answer really quickly here, but I do want to give you a quick economic update. It is hard to find yield right now. It's hard to find it anywhere. And then we're looking to the end of 2023 before rates are going to pick up again. I know that seems a long way away. We have a lot of recovery to do, but again, we are resilient. We are Americans. We can do this. The Feds want to see a 2% inflation before raising rates, and so that's what we're going to have to wait on. The labor market has recovered about half jobs lost since COVID, so that's looking good, but we also have had permanent job losses of about 4 million, which unfortunately, these are restaurants and small businesses that can't afford to reopen after all that we've been through. But this is just kind of a reality of what's going on right now. Things are going to get better. Again, we're here to help you out. Wanted to give you kind of an overall view of what we're looking at this point.
Well, we thank you for that. I am now going to, Cindy, can you mute for just a second?
I am going to try and mute.
There, I did it. Sorry, I was getting feedback. So I'm going to unmute you, and then I will give you back control of your mic and your cameras. I think Treasurer of State Kelly Mitchell did just join us. So we're going to open it up as a Q&A to ask questions, a meet and greet. You can say hello. We just ask that try not to talk over each other, so that if you do hear someone talking, if you could just wait just a second so that your question can be answered. We do want to meet you all. We can unmute now. All right. So I don't want to call you out one by one here. Treasurer Mitchell, would you like to say anything? We played your video earlier.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, I just wanted to say hello and how glad I am to be, here with you all, such as it is, and how glad I am that it is 2021 and no longer 2020. It's wonderful to see people I know already on this call. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Brenda. I'm sure I'm missing some that I know, but good to see you guys, and definitely here to answer questions, whether that's, this afternoon or in the future. Just excited to support you in the work that you do.
Sometimes people get a little shy, and so, but, I thought
you
Tiffany
can't
took
run your office and be shy. Come on, guys.
Anybody want to say hi or introduce yourself? Tell us what county that you're from. I see Jody. Hi, Jody. I'm going to wave at you. And again, I do apologize. Videos were verbal. We will have those up there. I do think it has to do with the internet connection on my end. So I will try and make that better for you. But yeah, you guys have a few moments. Reach out, ask any questions, just say hi. We really, really do want to meet you. We want to work with you. That's what we're all here for. That's why we're providing these trainings and these sessions to help you get on your feet and make it a good experience.
I'm curious. I see a lot of different backgrounds. Who's working from home and who's back in the office? And Tiffany, don't let me step on you if you were about to ask a question.
I was just going to say, for me as a treasurer, I don't have any experience with investing. So for those of us who are looking to invest, what are really good resources for us to look into so we can educate ourselves so we feel more comfortable with being able to invest?
That's a great question. And Cindy, You just presented a wonderful option with Trust Indiana. But Cindy, do you usually address this topic at our sessions? Would you like to say a few words?
I do. I mean, I can. I guess one of my, the lack of words, definitely not today either. So Trust Indiana is a great start because you already know everything is good with that. I would say that the second easiest, safest investment is to look into your certificate of deposits or your CDs at banks. You just always have to remember to get 3 bids or get 3 rates before you go ahead and commit to that. You don't have to pick the highest. You do want to comment as to why you picked the one you picked, but to start out, those are kind of the easiest. I always suggest when I talk to people, you're coming in and there have been investments made before you got in. So sit back, don't feel like you have to jump in and start moving all your money around. See what you have, get comfortable with what you have, and then you can start making small changes. Just don't let it overwhelm you. There are other things you can start doing. Money markets are a good one as well. But if you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't do it. State Board of Accounts is there to tell you whether you're legal or not. Mike Frick, myself, Treasurer Mitchell, we're all very aware of what you can and can't invest in. So reach out and just get suggestions. But again, give yourself a break. Don't jump in and start pulling things out and pushing things out. There are going to be people out there that will say, oh, yes, you can invest with our company. We abide by Indiana code. You're safe. I'm not saying they're not safe, and I'm not saying they are. But ultimately, the responsibility falls on your shoulders. So even if they say, we're okay, still your responsibility to make sure that they are. I've had treasurers that have gotten their hands slapped because of that. So don't be scared. It's not anything to lose sleep over. I hope that helped. I hope it doesn't overwhelm anymore. It is a very overwhelming thing. You don't go to become a treasurer or county treasurer with the thought of, oh, yeah, you can invest millions of dollars. It's just one of the things, one of the extras.
We have an account with Trust. It's mainly just an interest-bearing account for our excise taxes. So can we also have multiple accounts with Trust? Like have that account plus another account for investment?
Sure. Okay. You can have as many as you want, and they're called sub-accounts. You're just going to have your county account and then all the sub-accounts, which is great because then each of those sub-accounts earns its own interest. Now, it's up to on your investment policy as to how the interest is to be divided, whether it goes back into that account or whether you need to put it back into your general account. So definitely look over your investment policy and first of all, make sure you have one and then get it updated. That gives you a little more ease because you have your commissioners and such that have said, okay, here's where here's where we think or we would allow you to put the money.
Thank you.
Did we lose Kim? Out there she is.
Kim is also a great resource to go to. I know her information's on there, but especially for banking and protection of your money movement.
Thanks for asking us. Anybody else have any questions? Morgan, just say hi. We got somebody, hold on, in my chat, really small. I think it's Lori, and I think we pronounce it Bankus. I think that's how she told me it was pronounced. Says, yes, thank you, Tiffany. She was thinking all those same things. So.
The only thing I would add to that, too, coming from State Board of Accounts side is make sure you know when your cash is needed so that you're not investing money that you need to spend. So as the new treasurers, you may not know what your cash flow is yet. So keep that in mind, too. I think Cindy's advice to look at what you've got and kind of wait a little while is probably a good idea. But make sure you know you can't invest your property tax money past settlement when you need to be distributing it at settlement. So just keep that in mind, too.
That's a great point, Lori. And so as treasurer, I and my staff, we're not allowed to give investment advice. So if it seems like maybe we didn't fully answer the question, we are just not allowed to tell you, give you advice as to what to invest in. That said, we do, we're pretty much allowed to invest in most of the same things. I would say at the state, we're allowed to invest in commercial paper as well, which is not something that on a local level you are able to invest in. But you can experience the benefits of that investment through Trust Indiana, which I'm sure Cindy covered before I even jumped on the call. But that is not to say don't ask us questions. If we can't answer, we won't, but we will do our best.
Okay. Well, I'm not seeing anybody else coming through to ask any questions. I do say that next time you see us when we are in person, please come up, introduce yourself. This is my first time doing newly elected, so this is a different thing for me being in this position, but I would really like to meet all of you in person. I am sure everyone, would like to meet you in person, so please come up, introduce yourself, and let's, build our relationships moving forward.
Definitely.
If there are no other questions, I guess we can end for today.
We want to thank Treasurer of State's office for providing us valuable information. So appreciate you all being here for this.
Oh, glad to be here. Very glad to be here. Can't wait to see you all in person.
Hopefully this year things will change.
Okay, with that, again, thank you all for joining us today. Again, thank you to the Treasurer of State's office and to the Treasurer of State herself for coming and joining us, and we hope to talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.